Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this program on digital creativity skills that CBSE is going to do with Adobe. I'm RP Singh, Joint Secretary CBSE, and we have a team from Adobe sitting on my right, Garima ji, and Sharma here from Adobe. We have a team from Adobe, and the team from CBSE is also here. It, this program that we are going to do is an extension of the art integrated initiative that CBSE has taken. And we did a program with Adobe a couple of years back on the 150 years anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of nation. It was very well received. And now we have a program on digital creativity skills. We have Garimaji who will tell us more about the program. But let us first listen from Malaji, who is VP from Adobe. And I request her to give up her the opening address. Malaji, over to you.
Please Hi, thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Today is an incredibly special day for me personally. Adobe has been in India and operating in India with education for many, many years. But about 5 years ago, I got inspired and wrote a letter to the Prime Minister of India, Sri Modi, sharing with him my vision that every child in India should be enabled with digital creativity skills because of the heritage of India is so full of art, full of culture, that India should be the number one on the world stage when it comes to digital expression and digital creativity. This started 5 years ago. That resulted in us doing a partnership with the Ministry of Skills, where 1 million students who were upskilling themselves got access to some of our products. But today is even more special for me because we are bringing, in partnership with the Central Board of Secondary Education, access to all students in the 28,000 schools, access to our products, Adobe Express, which is an AI first product available on the web and mobile for children to express themselves. And I couldn't be more excited to be being part of this announcement. I happen to be in India at this time, and it is really a dream come true. I've been working on the education business with Adobe for many years, and making this possible for the students in India and the teachers and principals has been really important. And I couldn't be more excited to see over 700 participants. And on average, you'll represent probably close to 250,000 students, or 750,000, at least 750,000 students. And to know that all of you are excited about this partnership and will help your students get access to this software, enable your teachers to get trained professionally on how to use this software in the classroom, is just it's giving me goosebumps. I wish I was there in person, but it's really a personal joy for me. And I want to thank the leadership of Mr. Saha. I met him maybe 4 years ago, Mr. Saha, and we've had many conversations. And his vision for making this become real for CBSE has been really inspiring for us. When we were doing our pilot, he kept saying, "Ki aap log pilot kyun kar rahe ho? I want all the students to get access to this. Jaldi, jaldi karo." And he really pushed us and has brought us to today's juncture where we are making this available to all students within the CBSE framework. And I think, there are many data points about why creativity is important. The two of them that are most meaningful to me and that I have observed both in India and abroad when I've traveled to different schools is that giving these students access to creative tools makes them feel so empowered. this generation is a generation of video and artificial intelligence and 3D. And when we give a tool to them like Adobe Express, it is absolutely mind boggling the kind of things they create, how engaged they get, how their results improve. And also, it frees up the time for teachers, which is really important. The teachers can free up to 40% of their time to focus on learning and not managing the classroom, if you know what I mean. So for both of those reasons, enabling our teachers to do better, spend more time with the kids to help them learning, and the kids get so engaged, is one of the most thrilling things for us to see. So I think with that, I will, hand it over back to you, Garima. I really want to again thank the CBSE leadership and the Ministry of Education, especially Dr. Saha, Mr. R.P. Singh, for partnering with us, seeing our vision, believing in the power of digital creativity, and bringing it to all of your schools within CBSE. I'll hand it over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Malaji. I will now hand it over to Garima and request Alok Kumarji to also tell us a few steps that Adobe has planned. Alokji would like to go first, or Garima?
Sure.
Alokji.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Alok, and I'm leading the development of Adobe Express tool, and in the capacity of Vice President Engineering. At Adobe, we are committed to transforming the world through digital experiences powered by artificial intelligence, with a strong focus on education and skill development. Our product and solution teams in India are dedicated to this mission, working very closely with all the schools and colleges across the country. Last year, we launched Adobe Express, our AI-first comprehensive content creation tool. We believe it will revolutionize digital learning by offering a student and teacher access to generative AI-enabled features. This tool is designed to enhance creativity and productivity by enabling the creation of infographic, posters, animated videos, web pages, and PDFs. To realize this ambitious vision, we are adopting a four-pronged approach. Number one, we are making the Adobe product accessible to all the students. Adobe offers free access to its product for students globally, including Adobe Express, for creating web pages, video, and graphics. The student can access more advanced creative applications like Photoshop and Premiere Pro at discounted prices as they make progress. Adobe also provides seamless integration with platforms like Microsoft Teams and Google Classroom for easy logins and allowing students to have a single sign-on. Moving on to the number two, which is very important, is empowering educators. We are focused on building a global community of educators by providing them with essential resources and training. Our efforts include the Adobe Creative Educator Program and new resources on the Adobe Education Exchange. We keep on adding new content on Adobe Exchange all the time. For instance, we have trained 5,600 educators in Telangana in content creation very recently. Moving on to the number three, which is enhancing student skills and creativity. We are committed to offering learning materials and opportunities for skill development, such as the Future Skills Partnership for 3D UX design and communication. Collaboration with organizations like Niti Aayog and CBSE, and events like Adobe Creativity Challenge and our own Adobe Max conference aim to foster creativity and innovation among students. Moving on to the last point, and probably one of the most important point, is influencing policy and thought leadership. We are actively contributing to discussions on creativity and digital literacy. advocating for policies that underscore the importance of these skills in education. Our goal is to position Adobe as a thought leader in this domain. At Adobe, we are devoted to nurturing future talent in India. Working together, we can help the students develop critical thinking, creativity, and as our Honorable Prime Minister says, imagination. I believe that collectively we can empower our students to not only imagine a future but also to create it. We are excited about the future possibilities and our role in preparing today's youth for tomorrow, aiming to establish India as a global hub for skills. To conclude, I want to express my gratitude to everyone here. I'm eager to see Adobe Express become an integral part of all CBSE schools, contributing significantly to our shared vision of for education in India. Thank you. With that, I will hand it over to you.
Thank you, Alok ji. Alok Kumar Singh ji is the VP in Adobe, and it's very heartening to know that Adobe Express is being offered free to all the students of CBSE schools. How this whole program is going to go about, how the whole digital creativity skills initiative is going to pan out in schools, I would request Garima Babaji, who's heading the education and skills vertical of Adobe, to tell us a brief about the whole deployment and how this whole program is going to go about in the schools and how the schools can participate. We also have two principals with us, Nidhi Tiwari and Aarti Chopra ji, who will be joining us to share their viewpoints and how their experiences has been with when they were implementing this program as a pilot in their schools. So I would now like to request Karima Baba, who's heading the skills and the education vertical of Adobe, to tell us briefly about the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Singh. And namaste on behalf of the entire team of Adobe. It's an honor and privilege to be here today to launch yet another massive initiative to foster digital creativity skills for all 28,000 schools of CBSE. So thank you so much, Mr. Singh, for giving us that opportunity. And we will ensure that not only the students, but also teachers are equipped with curriculum, with capacity building, and of course, we'll bring in lots and lots of interesting challenges and events to keep them occupied so that they are not only able to develop and hone their skills, but also make sure that our students of today are ready for tomorrow. As a part of this partnership, we will not only provide you access to Adobe Express, but also the entire journey. We will support you, handhold schools, and in return, our only request would be please use it extensively, and we are there to support you. And the only thing that in return we request is use Express extensively across all your skills curriculum, across all subjects to impact learning outcome, skills, and employability of students. I was reading an interesting report by NSTC that estimates that there are about 51% gap between demand and supply, where AI, machine learning, big data, and the entire tech talent has a huge opportunity to play in the growth of Indian economy. Creative skills and generative AI are essential for the future of work as they enable new forms of content creation, problem solving, and innovation. And McKinsey says that analytical skills and creative thinking are two most important core skills that are required by the industry. With that, when we deploy Adobe Express, and when you use it extensively, I'm sure your students will not only be able to create interesting projects, reports, graphics, animation from audio, but I'm sure this entire collaboration will also help students to be better collaborators, enhance their creativity, critical thinking, and communication skills. We've conducted this pilot last year in a couple of schools, and the results have been really, really amazing. Where two of our educators are also going to share their experience in their school very soon. Going forward, let me also now talk about the process that how we are going to implement this particular program powered by Adobe Express in your schools. Very simple steps that we have put together. Number one, please, this is the time that your students are preparing for exams and teachers are getting ready for the next academic session. So my only request would be when you start preparing your timetable, please make sure that digital creativity is integrated as a part of the curricula. And uh, 30 minutes per week is also allocated as a part of the timetable for all the students so that they get enough time when they are in school in the computer lab to work on this tool. We will be assigning named user licenses to the students so that each student will have their own individual accounts to work on. Next, of course, we have already announced our professional development sessions, capacity building sessions. Previous slide. Slide, please. There's a calendar of professional development sessions that will be announced on CBSE website very soon. Initially, we will start with webinars till March because the teachers are going to be busy and we really value and respect the time that you will be devoting. Therefore, we will start having virtual sessions first to begin with, followed by in-person session April to July. And we will roll out the calendar very soon on CBSE website. Step 3, of course, while we are doing the curriculum enablement and the professional development sessions, our team is rolling out a form today. Please fill in the forms because simultaneously we want to start the process of deployment of Adobe Express, which is extremely critical for your students to have access so that they can enjoy the power of creativity within the curriculum. And of course, last but not the least, we have series of events, interesting challenges, awards for students, certificates for teachers, and of course, mentorship programs also that we have designed for the entire year. So please watch out for that calendar and we expect your full cooperation and participation in this going forward. Now go on to the next slide. We will be releasing these manuals very soon. I know digital creativity skills as a part of standalone subject. Express can also be integrated when you have to create projects and assignments for your other skill subjects and also as a part of your mainstream academics. So in both as far as skills is concerned and learning outcomes within your school assignments, in both ways, Express will be useful and we will ensure when we conduct professional development sessions, your teachers are not only upskilled, but they will be fully equipped to use this software, use this creativity tool across all subjects. Uh, we have designed this, keeping this curriculum in mind as per the National Education Policy, where activities and lesson plans will enable teachers with very well-defined outcomes, simple English, step-by-step process, easy templates, and also references to our Adobe Education Exchange, which is which is full of information, and global teachers are making access of this particular website. So please, I encourage all the educators to make full use of resources, content, webinars, professional development opportunities, and events that we bring forward as a part of this partnership. Well, that's a quick sneak peek into Adobe Education Exchange. We already have more than 3,000 Adobe educators in India as of now, and they're all contributing on Adobe Education Exchange, which is a part of our global community. I strongly urge and request all educators to please create their accounts, make use of the resources that are available. And when we give you access to Adobe Express, there is a small link which is also available on the left-hand side of the menu bar. You can actually access all the resources through that as well. Harika, can you go to the next slide? Just allow us a minute. Thank you. So this is the schedule of the webinars that we bring forward to you. From 8th of February onwards, every Thursday, 1 hour, we'll hold webinars on CBSE platform. We will be sharing the link very soon. So please join us more the merrier. We want more and more participation from educators, and Adobe experts will be taking these sessions, and we will also invite educators who've been associated with us to be a part of this community and share their best practices of using Express as a part of their classroom teaching. So please make a note of this schedule, and we will be releasing the circular also very soon, starting 8th February to 14th of March. Well, how are we going to deploy Adobe Express? I'm sure you all must be wondering about it. So please quickly fill up this form. Use this QR code on your mobile phones. And if you want to write into us, if you need any support from Team Adobe, that's the email ID cbse-support@adobe.com. We are waiting for your responses. We have uh, we have kept a small window of 31st January to 5th of February to collect all the nominations from you. Post that, we will reach out to you through our partners, through Adobe technical team, and we will support you. We will guide your IT admins and ensure that you have access to Adobe Express. If your schools do not have school domains, you do not have email IDs, please write in to us. We'll see how best we can support you. And even teachers who do not have their student IDs as yet, and if you wish to have access to Adobe Express, be Adobe Creative Educator, we would love to have you on board. So yes, the registrations are open from 31st of January to 5th of February. Post that, the deployments will begin, and so that when you start your journey as Adobe Creative Educator, which is 8th of February onwards, you have access to Adobe Express. I'll pause here so that you can quickly take a look at the form, and the link of the form will also be pasted in the chat window so that you can fill it up and your teachers and students have access to Adobe Express. This is the calendar that I was talking about. From April onwards, the new academic session, there will be creativity challenges, student boot camps, our flagship program, Work Experience Program, which was a super hit program last year, and we awarded more than 300 students as Adobe Student Ambassadors. And we will bring forward this program for all the students of CBSE. And of course, watch out for Adobe and CBSE events that will be hosted in partnership with the regional offices and even some of our lighthouse schools. We will be circulating this calendar as well, along with the professional development calendar and the dates that will be finalized. Well, this is a small request from Team Adobe and CBSE and action points. I request all the schools to please finish the registration by 5th of February so that we have sufficient time for deployments and trainings before the new academic session. You can nominate minimum of 10, maximum 15. You can even increase the number of teachers. There's no cap to it. And we'd love to have more and more Adobe and CBSE creative educators. Just another small request. Post deployment, I would request all the students and teachers to please activate their school ID, their licenses, the Adobe accounts that we will be creating, so that they know that they have access to Adobe Express and they can start making use of the templates, of animate with video and other amazing features that we bring forward to them. And yes, no cost for this program. We'd love to have you on board, and we are really looking forward to more and more principals, more and more teachers, more and more students to foster their digital creativity skills. Thank you. And I'd now like to invite Ms. Nidhi Tiwari, who's the principal of Ridge Valley School. She's an Adobe education leader, and we have implemented this program when we were doing a pilot last year. Nidhi ma'am, over to you. We'd love to hear from you your experience of your Express journey with us.
Thank you so much, Ms. Garima and Team Adobe, and gratitude to Mr. R.P. Singh and Dr. Saha for partnering with Adobe and bringing in such wonderful programs to our schools. Because as Ma'am Mala rightly said, that her vision is that the whole India, all children should be very well equipped with the skill education. And thank you for having this vision and thinking through the Adobe tool and the Adobe Express, because we have implemented Adobe Express in our schools, and I am seeing the change in the standard, in the creativity, in the kind of work that is coming up through these softwares that we have implemented in our school. So I would say that from code to canvas, digital creativity is the fusion of art and technology, where every keystroke shapes a world waiting to be explored. And digital creativity is the language of the future, because here the ideas speak in the form of pixels, and the innovation is in the written form of coding. So, Adobe plays a very significant role in enhancing these digital creativity skills of our children. And I am proud to share that all my students from grade 5 to 12 have got their individual licenses of Adobe along with my teachers. So, the whole school has the Adobe licenses right from the primary to the senior secondary level. And we use these tools in our digital media clubs, where I feel the maximum participation is seen. We have these skill carpe diems in our school, where the training of the Adobe Express and the Adobe suite is given to the children. And all our these days our classrooms are tech equipped, so the teachers use these tools beautifully to make their lesson plans. And I'm proud to share that teachers of my school of science, social science, computer were a part of the lesson plan development also with Adobe, and they have developed beautiful lesson plans using these Adobe tools. And it is a very beautiful gateway to for the students to showcase their unique digital foot fingerprints, where we conduct lot many inter-house competitions and inter-school competitions for others also to come over and join. And we use them in our skilling days. As per the new education policy, we have to have bagless days to be observed in schools. So our students use a lot of these, and our teachers plan a lot of activities based on these tools on these skilling days. So this is where we have 100% implementation of the Adobe Express and the training. And I must thank Mrs. Garima and Ms. Deep Shikha and their team to do these extensive trainings for our teachers and also our students. And let me be very clear that Adobe tools are not only meant for the IT instructors, but they can be used by educators across all streams or all subjects. So you don't have to be an IT teacher or a computer teacher to learn these Adobe tools, because they are so simple and so easy to use that any teacher who has a little of tech knowledge, and I suppose that all of us these days, thanks to COVID, are very well versed with technology now. So anybody can learn these tools because they are so simple and easy to implement, and they can be implemented beautifully in your lesson plans. And also, I would share here that not only in-house or with inter or intra-school activities we have implemented these tools, but there is a very unique project that most of us are a part of, that is education through monuments, where we are exploring the science, the chemistry, the maths, and the physics along with the history of the monument. And it is a research based project that most of our schools are participating. And I'm very proud that my children, along with the history or the science of the monument, they are also implementing these tools of Adobe to make their presentations and videos very beautifully and creatively. So it's not only that, once the child is equipped with these tools, they are restricted. And I feel that children these days are more creative than us, and they come out with wonderful ideas to implement these tools. So we are also implementing these tools in the Education Through Monument project, where they are developing a film on their study and on their research with the help of these tools. Talking about my senior school students, because at times the educators get stuck with the kind of syllabus and the curriculum that they have to cover in the 11th and 12th standard, and they feel that, of course we have to focus a lot on the primary levels and the middle school years to on creativity and on implementation. But I'm happy to share, and I thank again the team Adobe, that my grade 11 and 12 children were also a part of the Adobe Work Experience program, where they worked together in collaboration and in teams on a topic Digital India Vision 2030. And based on their work and collaboration and creativity of the students, they were being awarded the Adobe Student Ambassadors, which I feel is such a important recognition which my grade 11th and 12th students have received, because it helps those senior school students to build on their profile and their build on their CVs. So again, it all depends on us as to how we take it forward in terms of implementing these tools in our school, whether it is a primary class or whether it is a middle school or a senior school. So we have to think through. And I feel that if we are going to run these programs successfully in our schools, which are not very difficult, which are very easy, which are very simple to use, and the training, the kind of hand holding that is being done by Adobe and CBSE is praiseworthy. So I must thank again Dr. Saha, Mr. RP Singh, and Garima for bringing in such wonderful programs to our school, where we are so happy to implement and see our children doing so well, whether it is a classroom, whether it is an inter-house competition or an activity, or it is a skilling day, or it is a digital media club, or it is a skill carpe diem, whatever you name it as per your school programs. So it enhances, and today is the time where we have to work as per the NCF. We have to work on these 21st century skills, where we have to enhance the creativity of the child. So I feel that this is one method which this is one medium which we can use to build upon the 21st century skills of our children. So thank you so much. Over to you, Ms. Garima.
So much, Nidhi ma'am. Um, I would now request Ms. Aarti Chopra, the principal of Sector 46, Amity International School, Gurgaon, to please share a few words.
Thank you so much, Garimaji. Very good afternoon to everyone present over here. My gratitude towards Dr. Bishwajit Sahaji, Ms. Malaji, Mr. Alok Kumar, Garimaji herself, and Mr. R.P. Singhji. It's indeed a very proud privilege to speak today on Adobe Principals Orientation Session, thanks to CBSE. Well, I would like to just say that my journey as Adobe education leader and as a creative educator has been extremely gratifying. Adobe has supported in my school and in my journey for all the pillars of education, whether it was learning to know, learning to do, learning to live, or learning to be. It has always been there for us. And I can see that in my bit as a AEL, I've been able to make future ready technology leaders as well as the teachers use technology in a more forthcoming manner. My students across have become task enablers of 21st century, and they have been using various capstone experiences, writing thesis, and using innovative projects and presenting them beautifully. The capacity building of teachers in line with new education policy has all been helped by the Adobe creative tools. The milestones in my school becoming Adobe Creative School have been many. I, coming from Amity International School, Sector 46, Gurugram, started off the stages towards Adobe Creative School by having a lot of inspiration for my teachers. I myself became AEL and Adobe Creative educator first to inspire all my teachers to do the same. So the inspiration phase was followed by absorption and the processing stage, wherein a lot of tools were introduced to the teachers. A number of online sessions and real-time sessions were taken by the Adobe team. And then came the eureka moment when our children began to use these tools across the school from junior, middle, and senior school, and they began to win in various competitions. So, therefore, for technology for good, we moved on to artificial intelligence for good using the tools provided by Adobe. We were ready to share with the rest of the world, and my teachers and myself contributed in making and developing, the manual for teachers, that is the various lesson plans that were curated by them. So the pedagogical approaches where Adobe helped in making the learning, really active learning, experiential learning, making it more authentic learning. We were able to manage the emotions of the children, especially when they came back after the COVID-19 phase, using Adobe Express, soothed and calmed them down. There was a lot of art and sports integration. There was problem based learning and design thinking used with the help of these tools. The patents and copyrights. I mean, my school has given 5 patents and 2 copyrights in the last 1.5 years. A lot of storytelling with the help of these tools, proficiency in ICT, as well as enhancing the social skills by working in groups. Flexible learning environment that we provided to the children using Adobe tool came in as a big resource. They turned out to be global leaders as there are no longer any walls in the schools. The academic rigor that they have all adapted to has really helped them to become great netizens, global citizens. So, this journey of mine with Adobe to create, to facilitate, to demonstrate learning has been amazing. I've been able to create many more creative educators at level 1 and level 2, a lot of student ambassadors, the tech projected schools coming forward and participating in various Adobe programs, each and every teacher becoming very creative. We have a Moodle and LMS in school where the teachers are making their own videos. And the videos are not in tens, but in hundreds. And then a lot of trainings in our own Sahodiyas for teachers are done in the hubs of learning, along with the SCRT Gurgaon. So I would say the work experience that it was initiated by Adobe, where one of our team was shortlisted and they reached the final level and they were the winners, getting the first position at the national level for the project that they submitted on the theme of Meri Mati Mera Desh. That further boosted their spirit. And then my students began to use these tools in all the project submissions, including CBSE Science Nationals, where 2 of our projects are selected for the national level going on 1st February, ATL Marathon. Our school chronicle is designed using Adobe tools. Our parent invites for various programs go like through this only. So I would like to say that these creative opportunities that we are getting thanks to Adobe has really made the school come in a big way towards progression towards IT integration, the coding, as well as the creative wing, which we have added owing to Adobe, is a great way to look at the future. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aarti. And I know I would request Niharika to please show that slide once again, so that schools have been asking us for the QR code on the chat window. Let's display that slide once again. And let's have some question and answers. If there are any questions, please feel free. This is an open house. And
so before we go to questions from the participants, I have a question for Garima. You said that you will be offering the Adobe Express free. So will it be the normal version or the premium version?
The premium version, absolutely. Yes.
So
this is not the normal version.
And for how much time it will be free?
It's available free for students and for teachers of CBSE schools.
Everyone?
Yes.
So that
and I also want to add, I'll also add, one of the things that, for your digital marketing, the IT administrators, your brand team, your social media team, this is available for you. Please go ahead. All our posts, our team has started using Adobe Express for creating videos, animation, graphics, even the posts that we had for today's event, they were all created on Express. So not only students, but also for their administrative, brand, and marketing. Express is free. Premium templates of Express are available. Please go ahead, use it.
Sounds very good. So let us hope that the schools use the opportunity. So what I can gather that the Adobe premium license would be free for lifetime for all the students, all the teachers who scan the QR code and give their details and be a part of this initiative. If they don't fill the form and are not coming through the proper channel, then this initiative is not extended to the schools. So please follow the right channel to reach out to us and get the opportunity of this software. The floor is now open to questions. If you've got any questions, please raise your hand or put the question in the chat box. We'll be very glad to answer all those questions that we have.
Are there any questions?
There is one question that came.
There is one question when they are saying if the teachers and students.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get for you.
What are some potential challenges or obstacles we might face when implementing this curriculum in our schools, and how can we address them proactively?
Okay, I'll address this in two parts. In terms of challenges, as long as you understand what are the prerequisites, and that's our responsibility to make sure that you have your IT systems ready. You need to have school domains and IDs available for students, even if they are on Microsoft O365 or Google IDs. It integrates beautifully. Your students can have single sign-on. There is no need to have a separate account for Microsoft, separate for Google, or separate for Adobe. Adobe, it integrates very well with Microsoft and with Google. So from an IT standpoint, there are certain, there's a checklist that we have created. We will share the prerequisites so that you are absolutely ready to do the deployments in less than 20 to 30 minutes. That's one. In terms of curriculum, when we do the professional development sessions, I request your teachers to be a part of it so that we equip them not just to know how the tool, what are the features of the tool, but also hands-on practice on how to use it in their daily teaching learning practice. And of course, if there are any other challenges, Team Adobe is there to support you. And so are our partners and along with CPSC. I hope that answers your question.
I hope it does.
There's another question which says that how many teachers and students can participate in this program? And if we register before 5th of February, what is the chances of getting shortlisted for this program?
Please go ahead and sign up. We want as many schools as possible to use Adobe Express, and there is no cap to it. All your students ranging from 500 to 1,000 to even some of the schools even have more than 4,000 students. Please go ahead and avail this opportunity.
Okay, there's one more question on how do students get mail IDs at the domain in case they don't have it?
The school IT admins should be able to provide them. So I think all the school IT admins should be able to provide the domain IDs for that email. So once you have the email ID from the school, you should be able to register.
The training session will take place offline or online?
Well, one thing I would like to add here also, the students will get an ID, but not directly. The IDs can only be given to students through the school. So the students will get, but not directly if they register on their own. Only the students, the teacher who gives us the list of the student, those students will get the free version. So it is the teacher who involves them. So it's a teacher-led program. We have a principal orientation session which will be followed by capacity building sessions for the teachers so that they can use it across subjects. Then they will involve the students. So directly students will not have access to this. Only through the teachers and the IDs that come to us, we'll whitelist those IDs, and those IDs can have a free premium account. Else they will be joining, if they join on their own as a general public, which will not have access to the premium version free of cost.
Thank you, Arti Singh ji. Another question that has been asked by the teachers is, can the students of any grade enroll for this program?
Again, the students will be selected by the teacher to participate. Yes, any grade classes 6th onwards, they are eligible to participate in this program. The competitions and the mentoring sessions, how to use the tool, they will be open to all the students.
Thank you. Another question is, will the students be able to access the tools from their home computers as well to finish the homework?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
It's a web-based product.
It's a web-based product, and the IDs that we are going to create, they can continue using those IDs at home and even during school hours.
Okay. Another question is, how can the teachers register for the self-paced courses, and where are the teaching resources available so that the teachers get well equipped?
So the teaching resources are available on our website, which is edX, which is Education Exchange. Gaurav, it's all like we are sharing the links for all the courses, and teachers should be able to use the same ID which they have used for Express to log into these courses. So with just one ID, you can access all of them.
So when we provide you Adobe Express IDs, in fact, when your IT admin creates your Adobe Express IDs, that is also valid for Adobe Education Exchange, where you can access online resources. And also, there will be a circular that will go out for all the professional development sessions for online and in person. Anybody and everybody is welcome.
Garima, a quick clarification. Will these courses for the teachers and the curriculum also be available on the CBSE website?
That's
so.
Well, the CBSE website will have a link. We'll create a link so from which they can click and go on to that page directly.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so one of the
Yes.
Ji Malaji, you were saying something?
I saw a question in there about what is the difference between Creative Cloud and Adobe Express, and that's a really great question. Creative Cloud is a collection of all of Adobe's professional tools built for professionals, whether they're video professionals or design professionals. Think about Adobe Express as a simplified version of Creative Cloud because it enables you to do everything Creative Cloud does, whether it's designing, whether it's making a video, doing AI commands, even PDF actions you can do within Adobe Express. It's incredibly simplified because, as Alok said, it's an AI-first tool and it's web-based. So your students and teachers do not need to download anything or install anything on their computer. They can just log in wherever they are, whether it's at home, in the lab, or the classroom. As long as they have internet access, they will be able to use the tool. So think of it as a simple, fun way to create and have creative expression.
Thank you, Malaji. Another question maybe to the CBSE and Adobe team is, how do you plan to impart the training on the curriculum digital creativity skills, and what would be the delivery mechanism?
So, from 8th of February till March, we will be having every Thursday 1.5 hours of virtual sessions. These will be webinars to share more about what are the features of Adobe Express, how teachers can use it, how they can activate their licenses, what is generative AI, and what are the other courses that are in store for them on Adobe Education Exchange. Step two, when we start with or when we start with in person, they will start only after your academic session begins. We will share the locations where trainings are taking place, and we request your teachers in those regions to come and join our sessions. And post training, you will be given projects, and after you submit the project, you will be given a certificate as Adobe CBSE Adobe Creative Educator. Mala, would you like to add something?
Just as a lot of people are asking questions about which grades will have access, and I wanted to just provide clarity that we have curriculum from 6 to 12, but if a principal or a school chooses to provide access to younger grade students, absolutely. I don't think we have any issue, right, Garima? I mean, this is K-12. It's available to all K-12 students, but we're building curriculum to help students, get marks and benefit in their grades from 6 to 12 only. But anybody can use it. There's no issue.
Yes.
Anybody can use it, but preferably from class 6 onwards. What the curriculum and the digital curriculum that we were talking about, it's going to be available in the form of PDF and a skill module for the students on the CBSE website also, but it's also going to be available through modules and interactive session in this program. Once we run the pilot with the teachers on the module through this program, then it will be made available as a PDF to everyone. Those who will be participating, they will be mentored, and handholding will be done through online and offline sessions on how to implement the digital creativity in their schools. As creativity and art integration holds a very focal point in the new NCF, it's going to be part of integrated subjects, and art integration is going to be there right from class 6 to up to class 10th. So it would be great if all the teachers could join in from the school. Maybe the school can nominate their HODs to at least have a look at what the program is like, and then they can discuss with the Adobe team how it can be implemented further down into the school in all the classes. So rather than having everybody at the same time, please choose carefully your team heads who can be there and have a look at the program, and then you can join in with all the teachers individually. But the IDs have to go through the registration form. So again, I'll stress that you go and fill the form. Please use the link which is there in the chat box. And once you register, then only we'll be able to give you access free to the Adobe Express and the tools that are there. If you don't come through the registration form or through the email ID that has been provided, we'll be sharing the details in the forthcoming circular, which will be there on the website. The details will be there on the website also, along with the link to the registration form and the Adobe Education Exchange program. You will get all those things and the schedule on the CBSE circular very shortly, and you can join in from there also. For the benefit of all the 894 participants who are there in the WebEx and 211 who are watching on the YouTube, kindly click on the link and register immediately, because initially it's going to be on first come, first served basis. We are not going to shortlist anyone. It's going to be open to all. So please join us at the earliest so that you are able to reap the benefits and be part of the pilot and the first phase of the program. Girma, would you like to add anything to that?
No, thank you, Mr. Singh. Yes, we welcome more and more schools to be a part of it. The ones who could join us today, even the ones who were unable to join, this recording will be available. This link is available. We've already shared the email ID where you can reach out to us for any further questions. Please go ahead. We want Adobe Express across all schools of CBSE, so please make sure that you are registered and we are able to support the deployment process.
So there's a question on MacBook. So we do support MacBook. So any compatible browser will be fine. So you just have to log in with the browser.
And there are multiple questions which has been asked by schools that if they have Microsoft Teams ID, will they be able to implement this program using Microsoft Teams ID?
Yes. So if you have a Microsoft ID, you should be able to do it.
Thank you so much. So if you have Microsoft ID, then you should be able to implement this program.
not only restricted to that. If you have that also, it will be helpful, but not restricted to Microsoft only.
Google also.
It's
We're
open
not
to all
rest-
platforms. Just that the
Open
school
to
should have an
platforms.
app.
Yes.
I'll again stress that the ID that is going to be whitelisted is the ID that is going to be forwarded by the school teachers through the form that will be made available to us. Then we'll whitelist it. Again, we are showing that slide on the screen so that you can scan the code and click on the link. We can post the link again if you got missed that out. It's available. It is not only for Windows platform, it's open to iOS platform also. It can be used as a web-based program. It can be accessed from any device that is connected to the internet. And yes, since you will have your IDs and it's a web-based program, the students can use it at home also.
So if they have any further question, they can reach out to CBSE-support.
So we have a support ID also.
We have a support ID, CBSE support at adobe.com. Niharika, I request you to post that ID once again
I've shared it
for
on
the benefit of people who've joined in late.
Link का form का link दोबारा दे दीजिए.
Yes, that's what.
That's one question.
If they don't have a domain ID, what will happen? I think the IT team can answer.
What's the question? If you don't have a domain ID, so you need to either have like a school domain ID or like a Google Classroom ID or like Microsoft Teams ID. So a personal Gmail ID is where, like, I think that's the question. That is where you will just get access to free, then you won't get access to the premium. So to be able to use the premium version, you will need to use the ID which your IT admin has been provided to.
And Smriti, the question is, how do they get the school domain ID if they don't have one? What step do they need to take to get
We
it?
can work with your IT admin to enable you to get IDs for your domain. So that is something where we can reach out, where we can work with your IT admin to get it.
Yeah. So just send us a question at support@adobe.com and we will connect with your IT admin to make sure we set you up with the school domain ID.
So the form does not have a place to fill the list of students. One thing I would like to add here, if you work on it, when you're filling the form, it does not anywhere tell you to fill the details of the students as of now. So those things we'll take with the teachers when we go on into our mentoring sessions, starting from 8th of February. We'll tell all those things to teachers as we go on in those sessions. So this registration form will help you to register for that sessions, and those sessions will help you to go ahead in this whole program, how you can get your students registered and how the students can be part of it. Initially, let the teachers come on board. So this form is initially for the schools and the teachers to come on board for the 8th February to 14th March sessions, which are going to happen every Thursday. The timing is also going to be put up very shortly on the CBSE website. And yes, we are aware that this is the exam time. So we'll try to put those sessions slightly when the exam is not there. Would you like to add anything to that?
Are we wrapping, Garima?
We have Dr. Saha from CBSE here.
We're very glad to have Dr. Saha, who could spare some time and be with us for this program.
That's wonderful.
And Malaji has also given the opening address and briefed the students. We have teachers about the program. The training sessions will begin from 8th of February to 14th of March, every Thursday. One link has been shared and a lot of people have joined in. Around 900 people are here and 200 people are new. Okay. So we're waiting to hear from you, sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon, or rather, good evening to your place, na Malaji?
I'm here in Bombay.
Oh,
with my
that's all.
parents.
We are in the same time zone. Great. So, all the eminent dignitaries, my colleague, both from CBSE and Adobe, and of course, all the participant school leader, teachers who have connected with us virtually. it's really a momentous occasion for us because we are discussing on creativity for quite some time, and especially new education policy has thrusted on this curiosity, creativity, linked curricula for all across the school. And in fact, if you look into the new curriculum framework, there is a special compulsory zone on art education. And 6 to 10, it is very much compulsory component of the new curriculum framework. Now, art without creativity, I think it is quite impossible. And here, I think it is not that a separate zone we are going to create, rather how integrated approach we can instill in the curricula so that teachers from maths or teachers from social science or even the music teachers, how they can really focus on creativity. That's the spiral journey we have to create. This is number one. And number two, we can also look into how, with the spirit of new education policy, the technology focused curricular transactions we can really gear up in the school ecosystems. And here comes the technology as provided by the world leader, especially in this zone, Adobe. I think phenomenal technology support they are supposed to going to help the school. And now from the school side also, equally, it is not that technology, many a times I have seen, because technology provider are at the doorstep, but don't take it otherwise, or in a public forum I am telling this, but many a times our educational institutes are not ready to open their door. So it is a win-win situation for the both the party. And here, if technology providers are coming to your doorstep, you just embrace with change and also customized your requirement, whatever they may be offering. Now your requirement means here it is child's learning style, how quickly we can adopt this in the ecosystem, and also school to school the requirement may vary. So over a period of time, maybe after 3 months or 6 months, you can give the feedback what kind of additional support you require. So at this stage, we are talking about digital and creativity module, which I have requested the technical team of Adobe to create for CBSE school. And besides this, parallelly, we are also aiming for other open source partner also, so that it is not a specific technology, but of course, the leaders in this space are being invited to help CBSE and also help, especially the school children. And in the first phase, I would like to request how you can gear up the teachers morally, so that they are really looking to take their enhancing their own skill, and vis-a-vis how it can offer to the children. So both hybrid mode, direct physical contact.